Hello, hello, hello. Friday, a lovely Friday too, a nice wintry one. Hello, everybody. Cheryl Anderson here. On this Friday, the 8th of June. Holy Moses, eh? Scooting along. Well, I have to be honest, today I've been really a little busy. I have lots going on. An opportunity, not a few. There's a couple of things going at the moment, as you'd know if you know me. I have a TV show up and coming called Women's Emotional Freedom TV. Now, there's also a chat group attached to this. So I'll put that in the description, which I haven't just yet. I'll do it after I finish this video. Please feel free to come in. It's open to all women, sadly. Sorry, men, because it just doesn't involve you. Now, the opportunity today is what has taken my time, my brain for the most part. But I've actually been challenged on a couple of levels, which I thought, do you know what? I'm going to come in here and speak about it. Because the way I function is always going to be heart-based in everything that I do. It's simply who I am. It's how I function. I can't help but be this way. I'm a bit of an empath in a sense, not like your stereotypical one, but anyway, so I can't go against this. I just couldn't. It would be like, I don't know, it's difficult to explain. I'm sure a lot of people get it. I just could not take the low road ever. I have to take the high road. Hello. So today in this this thing I'm looking at, it's even though there's lots of good things happening. I mean, I've been asking my universe recently for specific things that I want in my life, right? Because I'm a firm believer, if you ask and sit back and wait, like you're in a restaurant, ask the waiter once and let him go off and get your order, and just sit patiently in the restaurant and enjoy the music and the ambience and all the other things, right? You know, that being a metaphor for life. So in this situation that I'm in, and in seeing this, let's call it an opportunity, because that's really what it is an opportunity to move forward for me, but in a different direction to where I have been. Because to me, my heart-centered activities will be the core of who I am forever and ever and ever. I simply can't change that, as I said. So in my quest to live my truest life, to my truest self, yet still want abundance and still want to make money, still want to live well. I still want those things. And for the longest time, I felt that was really quite shallow to be wanting that. Right? Now, it's to do with money issues. Everyone has money issues, or money blocks, let's call them. Well, today, while watching a webinar and toing and froing with a couple of amazing ladies that I was talking to about this, I caught myself getting a little bit confused with stuff, like really, initially my heart said yes, and that was it. And so what happened was I wanted to learn a bit more, so I did. Then what happened is I started to allow a bit of doubt and a bit of old history that's like crap, old history, in. Now, I can look back now and I know exactly where my road diverged and went pear-shaped. Was as soon as I stopped listening to my heart, to what was resonating in my heart, and I started playing old stories in my head of, oh, what about this? What about that? What about this? Now, I know whoever's watching this video, whenever you watch it, must have had this happen at some point in time. You know, humans, we just do. It's how we are. Now, the heart-centered, like I said here, was it a heart-centered life? Which, and I mean life, because not just your life and not just your work, not just your relationships with your kids or your family, your friends or your workmates or anything like that. It has to be the all-encompassing part of yourself. before you put all the other hats on and become mum or daughter or worker or whatever the hat may be. Now, I think if you can follow what your heart speaks, a lot of the time they go, oh, don't follow your heart, follow your head, do. Okay, there are some situations where you have to follow your head. Hi, Kim, how are you? And we all know what they are. A lot of, if you're buying a house, some of it is heart, but a lot of it has to be head, right? Because you're entering into a system or, well, in this, a financial situation or a financial institution that has their own rules and laws. And so you have to be thinking with your head when you're doing that. Now, what I'm talking about is the things that are internal first before they become anything external. So a heartfelt life comes first from the inside. And then what happens is you project this and you start drawing to you the situations that match what you're asking for, or match your desires, or match what you are constantly saying in your head. That's why I say to everybody, be careful what you think about, because you will bring about. Now, the heart-centered ones. Now, today I got pushed off track because my ego wanted to have something to say. And that's okay. It's used to, if I have any sense of confusion or a bit of, anxiety, which we can have that, you might be running late to get to a bus. You have a bit of anxiety. It's not like a full-on blown anxiety attack, right? That's not what I'm talking about. But as soon as certain triggers start, ego can jump in because we've trained it. When we were letting it jump in and speak for us or to protect us or to whatever it was doing for us, it got used to doing that. So it hears the words, the trigger words, in it comes, or it feels the feelings, like when my feelings, if I feel, like I said, a bit confused or a bit anxious, in it comes. Now, I've gotten used to this and I know it when it comes in because you can feel it. It takes up a space inside of you. You can feel it. It's not like a loving emotion where it just flows in, it feels all nice and it's just lovely. No, an ego, it has to push its way in to get there. Now, in my explanation, I said, the one thing I've learned in life is this, and you've got to watch the video to find out. Well, I can tell you, now you're here watching the video, one really, really amazing thing that I picked up on some time ago now. When I'm asking myself a question, should I do something? Should I not? Is this good? Is this bad? Do I want to go here or not go here? I mean, is this the right thing for me or not the right thing for me? I can tell you flat out, the first answer that comes is always going to be your higher self, your heart-centered self, because it's coming from you. It doesn't have very far to travel, okay? Now, ego, it's pretty quick, but it always comes in second. Always, every single time, because it's not fast enough, because it's a mind-made concept. It's a secondary thing for a human. It's not part of who we are. It's part of our life. We get into our lives and egos come because they protect us at certain times. Or the good ego is the self-starting ego. One that says, get out of bed, lazy ass. Yes, brush your hair, brush your teeth. No, put on a nice shirt. Make sure it's not crinkled. That ego, or the one that fires you up and says, screw that, I'm going to go and do this thing anyway. The odds might be against me, but I don't care, I'm going to do it. That ego is very good. But there's other egos, that come in. And I'm going to do a comedy on this, I swear. I've got probably 10 of them, like the ego, they're written down over there. Like, there's a tissue right in the way, can you believe it? Paparazzi ego, the princess ego, the MacGyver ego, the Tourette's ego. There are all these weird facets of ourselves that come out at times, specific times, and mess with shit. That's what they do. So when making a decision on something, heart-based, and I mean this could be life, it could be work, it could be an opportunity, it could be, I don't know, whichever for yourself. I mean, so many different things we're into every day, that as soon as you asking a question, a clear question, not a mamsy-pamsy don't know which thought you're having and they're all running in and out at once, well, you're not going to hear anything then. Put yourself somewhere quiet, in a bath, look out the window, go for a walk, something like that, and put on some good music that you like, that you can get into slowing it down. Try to keep out a bit of the mental chatter. Right? We all have that chatter that goes on. And when you ask yourself the question, the first answer will always be your higher self. So go with that one. Every time, go with that one. Because the second one is not the truthful one. It can never be quick enough. Ever, 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 ever. It can be loud. It can have tantrums. It can be annoying. It can tell you bullshit stories, which it does. But it'll never be your best friend. It'll never be there for you. Because ego's the negative, any side other than that active ego that I told you about, like get up, put nice clothes on, or, don't put dirty clothes on, clean your teeth, that sort of thing, brush your hair. Anything outside of that is rubbish. It's always going to slow you down. Simple as that. And it's actually, they're honed around your behavioural patterns, your personality, your structure within families, within work, within friendships. So you'll have different ones. That's why I want to do a comedy sketch on it, because I think everybody can relate to them because we have these things. So anyway, my today is just very first thing will always be your heart. And if you can find a heart-centered life, which is always being true to yourself, and women, you will know it. We are highly, highly intuitive. Yet we can be a little easily confused when we have too much coming in, because we think, I have to be good at this, I have to be good at that, I have to do this, oh my gosh, I got to do that, and we try to just do too much, and in the end it just gets very confusing and we don't get anywhere, and in truth we usually end up just being angrier at ourselves, don't we? So that's my Friday piece. I hope that it has some value for you. And again, share with kids, share with your friends. And again, you don't need to tell anybody that you're doing this. These are all self-growth comes from within. There is no external anything. All the greatest growth comes in here. And as soon as this clicks, then the emotions and then the actions come from that. So anyway, that's it for Friday. I'm off having a wonderful weekend. I have friends around tomorrow having a roast dinner while my partner's away for the weekend. He's off away doing amateur radio stuff. So so it's going to be a lovely weekend. I'm looking forward to it. And I will see you all again on Monday. So until then, take care. Have a super duper weekend and stay safe. See ya.